Yo, Laraq.
Check one. My mic sound nice.
Yo, Lady Beks.
My mic sound nice. Check two. My mic sound nice. Check three. Are you ready?
Now that's Black Girl Magic.
The sisterhood radio. The sisterhood radio. The sisterhood radio. The sisterhood radio.
I know that's right.
Unbossed, unbothered, unbothered. The sisterhood radio. Yo, what's poppin', Philly? It's your boy Warbucks, checking out the Sistahood Radio podcast with Laraq and Lady Beks. Strong, independent, educated black woman. Yeah, dig, huh?
Sisterhood Radio, unbossed and unbothered with Laraq and Lady Beks.
Hey everybody, welcome. It is the Sisterhood Radio on iAccess Radio, the future of radio. It's the Sisterhood with Laraq and Lady Beks. We are here live right now, right out of the Bronx, and it's Happy Friday. My name is Laraq Lewis, and I'm here, but I'm without my right-hand mama. Lady Beks is out there doing what mamas do. She's out in Orlando, Florida, supporting her girl in a cheerleading championship. So I'm super happy that she's there, and I know her girl's gonna do her thing. But I'm here in the Bronx, y'all, and it is live right now from iAccess Radio. This is the Sisterhood, Laraq and Lady Beks. We are unbossed and unbothered. We're here to empower, inspire, and support Black women and culture. A lot of stuff going on this whole week. I'm so happy to be back. And guess what? We have our DJ. What's up, DJ?
What's up?
What's up? It's DJ Powerhouse. Make sure you listen to DJ Powerhouse right here on iAccess Radio. Jamming Friday night, every other Friday night with the Sisterhood Radio. And you know what? I feel like I really miss my Lady Beks. I've turned into my left over here in the empty seat, but that's okay because we have wonderful co-hosts this entire evening. I have a bunch of friends who are interested in calling, so make sure you do call in. I'm gonna give out that number in a minute. Make sure you call in and just join the conversation. I want you guys to just, join the Sisterhood. Welcome to the Sisterhood, y'all. So we're gonna listen to some great music, and we'll talk about some different topics about what's going on in our earth. There's a lot of stuff going on. This is the Sisterhood Radio, y'all. This is Laraq. Mwah. We'll be back.
Make up your mind, take you back to my shrine, and I'ma need the whole night and a little bit more. They don't know how you like it. I'ma need the whole night and a little bit more. They don't know how you like it. I'ma need the whole night and a little bit more. I got the feeling you've been here before. Tonight like a weekend ago. You in and you out and you playing the folding. We in need of a moment. Are we ever gonna know? You should make up your mind. Take you back to my shrine. Don't you pay them no mind. Let them be, let them go. She was made for my eyes. We escaped the times. And I'ma need the whole night and a little bit more.
Till we get it. I'ma get it. Till we get it. Till we get it. I'ma get it. Till we get it.
You say all you need is consistent love. When I try, I swear it's never enough. I messed up. Maybe this thing here just ain't meant for us. Baby, you let go and I'll pull you back. I let go, you ain't having that. We do it like a rock star. Sexing in my hotel room and we so loud. Higher than a smoke cloud. Shades on, doing 95 with the top down. I might sound crazy, cause we be going back and forth for a minute. I hate you, then I love you. That's how it is. Till we get it right, we gon' love some more.
Till we get it.
I'ma get it.
I'ma get it.
Till we get it.
Till we get it.
Till we get it right, we gon' love some more.
I'ma get it.
I'ma get it.
Till we get it.
Till we get it.
I'ma get it. Turn up.
Why is it all so complicated? Maybe this should be simple. It's all a mental. But when you back it up, it really drives me crazy. And you know what I'm into. Make me forget what we arguing about. Hey, we do it like a rock star. Sexing in my hotel room and we so loud. Higher than a smoke cloud. Shades on, doing 95 with the top down. I might sound crazy, cause we be going back and forth for a minute. I hate you, then I love you. That's how it is. Till we get it right, we gon' love some more.
Till
Oh
we get it.
no, I'ma get it.
I'ma get it.
Hey, till we get it.
Till
We get it right, till we get it right. We gon' love some more.
I'ma get it.
I'ma get it,
Till we get it.
till we get it.
I'ma get it.
Often imitated, never duplicated.
Wow.
Exceeded all expectations.
The Club Shaker, DJ Powerhouse. It gets no better than this.
Ow, that was cool. I like that. Welcome back to the Sisterhood, everybody. This is Laraq Lewis checking you out on a Friday night. I'm welcoming everyone to come in to join us on iAccess Radio, the future of radio. We're talking about all things pertaining to Black women. If you haven't tuned into the Sisterhood Radio, I just want to tell you that my cousin Lady Beks and I turned this show. The show came from conversations basically we were having over the phone, and we talked about absolutely everything. And we felt that it was be a good platform for women to talk about everything that was pertaining to us. And one thing I want to mention that pertains to us for this segment right here is about health. Health is wealth, and everyone always says that health is wealth, but it really is wealth. Like nothing else matters to you more than your health. And just this past currently in February, it is American Heart Month, okay? And from we're redforwomen.org, 1 in 4 women die of heart disease. For African American women, the risk of heart disease is especially great. Heart disease is more prevalent among Black women than white women. As far as some of the factors that increase risk for developing it, including high blood pressure, overweight and obesity, and diabetes. Listen, how many people we know that are suffering from diabetes, and how many people have high blood pressure? These are all our people. How many daddies have diabetes and high blood pressure? And you know what? It's a lot of women. We have to really, really take care of ourselves. Now, I just turned 40 years old. I don't get any hand claps for that, but that's okay. But I just turned 40 years old, and like those, and when we turn 40, it just life just changes. You know, I feel like as soon as I turned 40, my back started hurting. Swear to goodness, my back started hurting. Thank you for the hand claps. I feel like I turned 40. I was like, oh, woke up, got out of bed, and boom, my back started hurting out of nowhere. I swear to goodness that happened. But we gotta start taking care of ourselves. And last year, I took like the initiative to really go deep in my health, and I became a vegan. It seems very popular now. When I first started, I didn't feel like anybody was a vegan, but now I think everybody's like, go vegan, because we definitely see the benefits of doing it. So what is becoming a vegan? Well, basically, you're eating grass. No, I'm kidding. Basically, you are eliminating dairy and meat from your diet. Now, at first, I thought it was incredibly difficult and extremely challenging for me to do, because I thought like everything has milk in it. Everything has milk in it. There's some type of form of egg in something, dairies and everything. And you know what? It is in a lot of ingredients. But you do seek the benefits for doing that. And what the great thing is, calling in at around 8:20, we have our wonderful guest live from Oakland, California. Her name is Tamara Currington, and she is founder of Vegan Soul Sisters. So she's gonna chime in and join the conversation and talk about health is wealth, and basically why she started this wonderful organization. And just a little bit about how I'm doing right now. It's been a year now, and I gave myself a year to not eat any meat. And it was not just, it was for health, but it was also a mentally stimulating thing to do as well, you know. And there was a lot of challenges, you know. I had dreams of chicken wings. I had dreams of eating bacon. I haven't had bacon, I don't know, since I don't know what. And all this is crazy. You thinking about all this stuff. We're not eating meat, but it's the truth. Those things happen. But you do feel that your body seems to work a little better for you. Mentally, you're more clear. And also it's a spiritual fast for me too, as well, if you guys believe in that. And so I suggest that if you do adopt the vegan lifestyle, then you do it for, you know, take day by day. You know, when Tamara gets on in a little bit, she's going to tell you our little story at how we met. And some funny things happening to us, basically. Oops, moving the mic. Funny things happening to us during this whole vegan ordeal. But Vegan Soul Sisters is now 28,000 women of color strong. So someone is definitely taking the message, and we are taking this health as well seriously. If you go on Instagram, and I know I always talk about this, when you go on Instagram and you just type in Black women, so many things come up. Good things, not the fresh stuff. Talking about really good and positive things, because Black women are really taking control of their lives. Motherhood, single motherhood, empowerment, starting our own business. We're just doing our things out there. So we're definitely taking in the message, you know what I'm saying, of taking care of ourselves, taking care of our people, and learning to live long lives. And that's very important. So anyway, health is definitely wealth. And I would love for you to call in or give the number out right now. You know what? As long as I've been here a year, and I still don't know this number. This makes no sense. I got to turn my whole face around. 347-708-0216. Please join in the conversation. Come join the conversation. Welcome to the Sisterhood. My name is Laraq Lewis. We're talking about health as well. Coming back with Tamara Currington in about 5 minutes. DJ, bring us to some music.
way you groove. Hey, really like the way you groove. Home tonight, and it's gonna be alright. We're just you and I. Hey, let's recognize I'm true. Hey, girl, I'm in a romantic mood, singing ooh. Want to groove me tonight. Sing along with me, baby. Hey, even if it's for a while, enjoy this good love and get a smile. We'll go out tonight, having dinner on your candlelight. We'll go out tonight, baby, have dinner on the candlelight. And you can grill me, baby, tonight. Oh, grill me, baby. You want to grill me too. Alright, baby. I can make the pain disappear, and I can erase the past. Oh, I can make the future shine so bright, and I can make right now alright. Yeah, I got it, you got it, we got the magic. Yeah, I got it, you got it, we got the magic. Yeah, I got it, you got it, we got the magic. Yeah, I got it, you got it, we got the magic. Yeah. All I got is concrete all around me. Ooh, but I can see the countryside. You can be rich when you're poor, poor when you're rich. It can be raining, and I can make the sun shine. I got it, you got it, we got the magic. Yeah. I got it, you know you got it, baby. We got the magic. Yeah. I got it, you baby. We got the magic. Yeah. I got it, I got it, baby. We got the magic. Yeah.
Hi, welcome back. It is the Sistahood Radio. We are live right here from the Bronx on I-Axis Radio, the future of radio. We are unbossed and unbothered, and my name is Laraq Lewis. Lady Beks is out there chilling in Florida, and we have a caller. Hey, caller.
Hey.
Hey, everybody. Is this Tamara?
This is Tamara Laraq.
It is Tamara Currington, everybody. Welcome to the Sisterhood. Thank you for calling in and joining in the conversation. How's everything going on over there in California?
It's cold over here, girl. It's cold.
Okay, so that wasn't as welcoming as I thought. When I think of California, I'm thinking, California love, palm trees, Jimmy Kimmel, and the Chinese theater.
No, girl, not over here by the bay. It's cold over here.
Oh, by the
rainy.
bay. Yo, I hear so many things about Oakland, California, and that's where Tamara's from, everybody. Tamara Currington is the founder of Vegan Soul Sisters, and she's from Oakland, California, and she's joining us right here on the Sisterhood, live from the Bronx. Tamara, I just want to thank you for calling in so much. I appreciate you. And I wanted you to come and talk to us, the entire sisterhood, the entire nation, about health is wealth and the state of the Black woman, and in our health journeys. Part of the reason why I am, still a vegan. I'm about to say virgin. No, that was a lie. Still a vegan is because of you. And how I started was, basically looking up online and trying to find an outlet for women who try to adopt this lifestyle. So if you can just talk to me and everyone else about, why'd you do it? Why'd you start this health and wealth journey?
Well, I started because my daughter, who's now 21, she was 20 at the time, developed congestive heart failure from her pregnancy, and then she ended up suffering 2 massive strokes not soon after. And so I started doing some research and trying to figure out what was a good holistic way to approach her conditions, because when I started looking at the side effects of the medicines that she was having to take in order for her heart to beat healthy and to keep her blood thin, I was like, well, if the conditions don't take her out, these medicines are going to take her out.
Right.
And so I started researching and came across eating whole food plant-based. And there was a lot of evidence that supported it being really good for heart health.
Right.
And so that's why we transitioned, and I obviously transitioned along with her because, that's my partner in crime. So,
right.
We're doing it together. And so Vegan Soul Sisters came about because I was like, well, this is going to be hard because we've eaten meat our whole lives.
Right.
And so it'd be nice to have some other people along this journey with us. And I joined a few other groups, but they kind of seemed to be lacking something that I really needed.
Right.
One, I wanted to be able to talk about woman issues outside of that mixed company. And 2, I wanted a place that belonged to us.
Right.
That we could experience all of that Black girl magic in. And so I created it, and I crossed my fingers and was like, okay, well, maybe a couple people will join, and we'll see how that works. And fast forward a year later, here we are.
Right, and it definitely turned into some Black girl magic. I mean, I remember when I first joined the group, it was like, 5 of us.
Right.
And then it was like a couple of us, and then it was 100. And now, like I said, we are now 28,000 women strong. That is Vegan Soul Sisters. We are a very large group that Tamara founded on Facebook. And there's so many wonderful things you can get just from this group. It's Black women just sharing their stories and supporting each other. Any negativity that's on there gets blasted out automatically. It's a great group to be in, even if you are vegan curious, right?
Right. So that was something that was really important to me, because as I was perusing other groups, I noticed that they were really, really hard on people who were kind of on the fence, were interested, but wasn't really sure, and, just trying to get their feet wet and figure things out. And they were mean. And I was like,
Right.
So it was really important for me to make sure that this space was nice and was welcoming and comfortable for people who weren't sure. There have, and I'm sure you've read some of the posts, there are women who have been in the group for months and finally transitioned after just being a part of the group and seeing what other people are doing and seeing that it's actually something that's possible for them.
Right.
And so I really try to, me and my admin team, we really try to make sure that we continue to cultivate that energy, that everyone is welcome, that this is a sisterhood. We are a family. This is a village. each one, reach one, each one, teach one, all that great stuff.
Right. And, we definitely feel that once we are in the group, we are definitely supported by each other because we realize sometimes we're in this by ourselves. So it's great to have that support of women who decided to change their lifestyle and also supportive of even doing it one step at a time. And it's funny because when I first started, I put a post up and I posted up some snap peas, some dry snap peas in a bowl, a Tupperware bowl that was just hanging out. And I just thought like, you know what, I'm going to be suffering this whole time. Right. And there you were. There you were supporting me. You were like, you know what?
I remember that picture because I was looking at that picture and I said, oh, Lord, this child ain't going to make it.
No, and I felt like I wasn't. And that was like my third day. I had some snap peas, some boring dry snap peas. But a year later, educating myself, looking at Vegan Soul Sisters, and different other outlets and watching movies based on eliminating meat from your diet and the benefits of it, it really helped me as I went along. You know what I'm saying? And I feel different. There is a big difference. I know that if something does have dairy in it, my body senses it. Right? Which is crazy. Your body senses that you have something in your body that's unnatural. For instance, like I was eating something, it was like a cookie. And, I tore that cookie up too, right? Like I like chocolate chip cookies. And I felt like my face get hot, and it never happened to me before. And I do have several food allergies, I'm allergic to nuts and all kinds of stuff like that. But there's a different type of feeling. So your body does realize the change. So I encourage, anyone, even especially women, because, I'm biased. We all know that. Especially women who want to just have a different outlook on what they put in their body. And we are foodies. Vegans are foodies. People who are plant-based. Yeah. We love food. Let me tell you something. We don't sit there and eat grass and mushrooms from the ground, and we don't swim in dirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have real food and and it's luxurious. So we want to make sure that if you are vegan curious, that sounds so delicious. If you are vegan curious and you are a woman of color and you are on Facebook, make sure you join the group of Vegan Soul Sisters. Tamara is very encouraging. She's there. She's like she's holding your hand, and there's 28,000 women strong, women of color that is. That she encourages us along the way. And, I do want to shout you out, Tamara, for that, because I feel like, sometimes I wanted to backslide into a chicken wing. You know what I'm saying? People on my other posts, they having, wild wing night and all that stuff. And I'm looking at wings looking all good and stuff. You're there to support. And I think that's a definite benefit being part of the group. You have that, and nothing's wrong if you guys are like, I'm not into this vegan stuff. We totally understand that we are conditioned to do what we have done since we were children. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly. And we are taught that the ailments and the diseases that we've been dealing with, they're hereditary, like hypertension and type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And the reality and the truth is that those things are not hereditary. What's hereditary, or what we have gained, is how we eat. We eat the way our parents ate, and our parents ate the way their parents ate, and it wasn't healthy. Right. I want to point out that when we transitioned, when I transitioned my daughter to eating whole food plant-based, her heart function was 15% at that time, and that's pretty low, particularly for a 20-year-old. Within 30 days of cutting out meat and dairy, her heart function increased by 15%.
Wow.
Up until that point, it was continuously decreasing. So, and I only say that to encourage folks that, if you're dealing with health issues, if you have high blood pressure, if you have beginning stages, heart failure, or any type of coronary issues, cutting out meat and dairy, or at least reducing the amount of meat and dairy you consume, is also going to be very helpful.
And that's definitely a good place to start. People right now have meatless Mondays or They eliminate the dairy out first. There is a place you can start. No one says this is something you have to do, but just definitely try it out. Tamara, I want to thank you for calling in from Oakland, California. This is Tamara Currington from Oakland, California with Vegan Soul Sisters. Make sure you follow Tamara also on IG. She has a dope IG page, right, girl?
Yes, honey.
Check her out on IG at Vegan Soul Sisters, spelled Sistahs. Tamara, I love you for listening, girl. I love you like a Brussels sprout now, girl. I really do.
I love you too.
All right, I'll check you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
This is the Sisterhood, y'all. We'll be back.
Hola. Hola, na. She telling me this and telling me that. You say once you take me with you, I never go back. Now I got a lesson that I wanna teach. I'ma show you that where you from, no matter to me. She said, hola, como esta? She said, konnichiwa. She said, pardon my French. I said, bonjour, mada. Then she said, sabase. And I said, nabule. No matter where I go, you know I love them all. She said, hola, como esta? She said, konnichiwa. She said, pardon my French. I said, bonjour, mada. Then she said, sabase. And I said, nabule. No matter where I go, you know I love them all. African American. For sure, I told her, baby, come and ride the rodeo. Every time I come around, man, I go for broke. She give me desktop till I overload. Now, baby, you gon' go where you're supposed to go. Cause I ain't got time for you every day. She said she got a man, keep it on the low. I said he don't speak English, he gon' say, hey. Telling me this and telling me that. You say once you take me with you, I never go back. Now I got a lesson that I wanna teach. I'ma show you that where you from, no matter to me. She said, hola, como esta? She said, konnichiwa. She said, pardon my French. I said, bonjour, mada. Then she said, sabase. And I said, nabule. No matter where I go, you know I love them all. She said, hola, como esta? She said, konnichiwa. She said, pardon my French. I said, bonjour, mada. Then she said, sabase. And I said, nabule. No matter where I go, you know I love them all. She from Africa, but she me like she Haitian. Black but the eyes looking Asian. I gave her the can in Kansas. I got it on tape. She on candid camera. Okay, see, I forgot we met in Oklahoma. I used to smoke Regina. She from Arizona. Then I met a girl in Cali. I never disown her. She got that high grade. Her come with diplomas. I want her, but she keep telling me this and telling me that. You say once you take me with you, I never go back. Now I got a lesson that I wanna teach. I'ma show you that where you from, no matter to me. She said, hola, como esta? She said, konnichiwa. She said, pardon my French. I said, bonjour, mada. Then she said, sabase. And I said, nabule. No matter where I go, you know I love them all. She said,
yeah. Feelings so deep in my feelings. Notice that you really like me. Can't control my anxiety. Feeling like I'm touching the ceiling. When I'm with you, I can't breathe. Boy, you do something to me. Ooh. That get me high like you do, yeah. Ooh, no, I'll never get over you until I find something new that get me high like you do. Listen to my heart go bada, boot up, dee-dee-da-do, boot up. And my heart go bada, boot up, dee-dee-da-do. It just won't stop, it go bada, boot up. Be-dee-da-do, boot up, and my heart go ba-do, boot up. Be-dee-da-do, it just won't stop, it go. How many ways can I say that I need you, baby? It's true. I think I might die without you. Feeling all over my body. You know how I like it. Ain't gotta tell you what to do. yeah. Ooh, no, I'll never get over you until I find something new that get me high like you do, yeah. Ooh, no, I'll never get over you until I find something new that get me high like you do. Listen to my heart go bada, boot up, biddy-da-da, boot up. And my heart go bada, boot up, biddy-da-da. It just won't stop, it go bada, boot up.
We are here to empower and inspire. We are Black women. This is our culture.
And we're back. This is the Sistahood Radio. I'm live right now. This is Laraq Lewis on iAccess Radio. And we are here today celebrating the fact that it's Friday. Also, this segment is brought to you by Hair Dana. For all your hair services, check out Hair Dana. Check her out on IG at Hair Dana. Listen, if you want to become a sponsor, please, please, please email me right now. The sisterhoodspeaks@gmail.com. Send me an email. We'll be glad to send you an email right back. If you want to become a sponsor or you're interested in becoming a guest, let us know. We welcome women who want to use this as a platform to talk about their business and also to talk about things that have motivated them and inspired them. That's very important. That's what we're all about. So, are you guys still buying Gucci? You guys still buying Gucci and Prada? You guys still going to H&M? Y'all know what I'm talking about? I hope you know what I'm talking about. First of all, I don't have any Gucci anything, okay? I go to Sephora and get the free Gucci perfume. I can't even get anything Gucci, okay? But you know what I'm saying? Amongst our people, we like some Gucci and some Prada. So if you haven't been in the news or been looking at the news lately, there's a lot of controversy on a lot of these, famed fashion houses creating products that resemble blackface. Now, I don't know if I have to educate people on what blackface is, but just in case I do, blackface has a profound history in this country. That is a derogatory statement or fixture, a caricature on black people. And it has been in the early part of the last century that it was well accepted amongst the people. It's not us, but everyone else. Basically, it was minstrel characters, white people, darkening their faces with oil and black paint to resemble what they thought black people were. Ignorant sounding, dancing, singing, slapping, jacking, whatever, and basically made fun of. Okay, and so nothing to make fun of right now. And you would think in 2019, people will not do this. Unfortunately, there is some idiot boxers out there who still do this, and they're still making fun of us, and it's still going to production. There's like a whole line of sweaters that look like blackface, and someone actually drew this out, selected a model for it, had it go in production, get a price tag for it, get the material to make the stupid thing, and everything. It went through all that. Now, I'm not into apparel or anything, but I know it takes some time to make these decisions. And out of all that, no one said this wasn't right. That's a problem. That's a problem. But I don't know what's a bigger problem. I don't know what the problem is that we're still buying this stuff, or some people are not caring, and we're still walking around with Gucci headbands and, Gucci this in our songs, and this is how they're treating us. So, I don't know, where's Gucci from? Anybody know where Gucci's from? Where's the foundation? Is that, what kind of company is that? Is that an Italian company?
I believe it's Italian.
Italian company. So no one in Italy, there's no one in Italy that sits on any type of diversity board that they say, you know what? If someone say, hey, I got a good idea. Let's put a blackface turtleneck and put it on a white woman and let's sell it for $828. No one said this was a bunch of idiot mess. No one did. And basically it goes online for sale. And now they have taken it down. And of course, we get the same blah, blah, blah apology. I'm sick of apologies. When does this stop? When are these ideas don't surface up until they get to the internet and there's actually a price tag for it? It went through all that to get to a production line and still be for sale for $828. Now, first of all, I don't got like that to buy anything at $828, okay, to wear. Not yet, anyway. He will see how this radio business goes for me. But I'm definitely not trying to buy something that's stupid. Who would buy that? And then we have, who else? We have Prada making keychains that's being sold in production that resemble blackface. We have, H&M putting a boy on in the advertisement talking about King of the Jungle. Like, why is this still going on? Are none of us educated on the history at all? And let me tell you something. If it was another race, okay, if it was depicting someone who was Jewish, I swear, Gucci, Prada, H&M, and all other famed fashion houses, it would not be up to this point. Okay, it would even go past somebody in there. They would automatically say, this is wrong. Why would we think about this in Italian or whatever they come from? They would actually say that. But for us, it comes all the way to production. I really don't understand that. So are we still buying Gucci? Are we, forget it. We are such a forgiving people. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? We might see Gucci at a Burns & Co. factory. I don't know, on a rack or at Marshall's, because I never seen them anyway. It might be on there at one point, at another point. I just don't understand how all this comes about when we know these things are wrong. Anyway, this is a sisterhood, y'all. Call me. Hold up. I gotta look at the numbers.
347.
Thank you.
708-0216.
I hope you heard that. This is Sisterhood Radio.
Between us, you were like my best friend, the one I used to run and talk to when me and my girl was having problems. You used to say it'll be okay, suggest little nice things I should do. And when I go home at night and lay my head down, all I seem to think about was you. You make me wanna be the one I'm with, start a new relationship with you. Think about her and all the things that come along with you. Make me the one I'm with. Oh, baby, relationship with you. This is what you do. Think about her and all the things that come along with you. Make me. I was bad. It's you're the one that hooked us up, knowing it should have been you. And what's sad is that I love her, but I'm falling for you. What should I do? Should I tell my baby bye-bye? Should I do exactly what I feel inside? Should I don't wanna go, don't need to stay, but I really need to get it together. Make me wanna leave. Oh, baby, relationship with you. Say what you do. Think about her and you know the things that come along with you. Make me. Oh, baby, relationship with you. This is what you do. Think about her and you know the things that come along with you. Make me.
are back. It's I-Axis Radio, the future of radio. My name is Laraq Lewis, and this is the Sistahood, and we have a caller. Hey, it's the Sistahood Radio, Laraq Lewis. What's up?
What's going on?
Hey. Can I have your name?
I'm good. I'm over here. I'm listening to your show real quick, and I heard what you guys were talking about with the whole Gucci blackface cat sweater with the hole that they have.
Right.
I just wanted to make a comment.
Go ahead. We're listening.
So, whether, black people or whatever you want to call it buys it, boycotts it or not, it really doesn't matter because you guys are not their demographics and they don't make the money off of, black people or, the urban people.
Well, you know what? You have one point. The thing is that we spend a lot of money for these products for people who do not care about us, and that is we may not be their demographic, but to me their demographic is money, right? Their demographic is money. They don't care where it comes from, so they are able to advertise these things because to me they do not care, and they feel like they're still going to profit. They're still going to make money in something. Who knows if Gucci will ever go out of business? Who knows if Prada will ever go out of business, right? And so they will put these things out there. And it's like, oh, my bad. Oh, well. And they slowly pull that one shirt off the shelf. But yet the banging bag be on the shelf next week. And next thing you know, Nicki Minaj is wearing it.
To add on to that.
Yeah.
Even if they did it, black people, urban people, whatever you want to call it, they're still going to buy it because what the brand is about. The brand is not about product. The brand is about something that, the way that they made it is that it's something that's very unobtainable. And that's why urban people or people that don't have the money buy it. Because they want to be like somebody else, like a Polo, like a Ralph Lauren. The image that they portray, they want to be Americana. They want to drive, they want to be on a yacht. They want to be, they want to own, they want to be in the Hamptons. They want to do this, they want to do that, even though they can't afford it or in the lifestyle or whatever it is. And that's why they're always going to succeed into getting the urban people to buy into that because that's what they want. And that's why urban people don't really support urban brands. Because it's obtainable. They don't want to be like them. They want to be something that they don't. That's why all these people, these fake rappers or whatever, they floss on these videos because, they buy these or they rent these cars because they want to portray something that they're not.
Well, let's talk about what you said. A couple of things. Let's go back because when you say urban people, we're talking about people of color, and we're going to go ahead and just say black people. It's totally fine to say that because that's who
all right,
they,
okay, black people. Well, yeah. I'm not black, so it's all right.
Right, but I know. But the thing is that we're talking about black people who have money. We're not talking about people that things that are not obtainable. Okay, we're talking about the Puff Daddies, the Nicki Minaj's. We're talking about the Michael Jordans. They got plenty of money, right? We're not. We're talking. I guess what you're talking about people who don't have money and they want to floss, right? And they want to wear Gucci everywhere from head to toe.
Here's the key. Here's the key, right? No matter how much money black people might have, they're never gonna be in that society.
They're never going to say it again?
They're never going to be in that society. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why it's meant to be like that. And that's the fucked up part.
Right. But we don't
You know what I'm saying? Like no matter how much money Nicki Minaj has or Jordan has or whatever, he's never going to be that demographic of the product, of the person, Gucci or Prada or, Louis Vuitton or all these higher-end brands.
I agree and I disagree with you. And I think the people who are behind the decision making at Prada and all these high fashioned houses actually have that same train of thought you do. Because they don't believe that we can be part of that demographic. That's why it's so easy for them to make blackface items, and it can actually go to the stores in production and everything. And because there's no one that's caring about us. and how it portrays us.
There's one word that portrays or that covers the whole umbrella of luxury brands and all these things that you're talking about, and that word is heritage, and what the company represents, right? And in none of these brands, that heritage includes Black people or urban or whatever you want to call it.
No, they don't.
Or in their culture or in what they represent or portray. So therefore, no matter how much money you guys have or put in, it really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, it's not that, it's not their culture. It's not their heritage.
Unfortunately, that is true. And I don't know about anybody else, but that's painful to even listen to, is that we as a people, we can't even enjoy the riches and the things that we want to have because of the heritage of it. The beginnings of these companies, I bet there's some racism in there somewhere. Okay, but we want those are things that we want. We want to walk around with a Chanel purse. Well, not me in particular, I don't really care. But people they see a Chanel purse, they see a Gucci purse, they see Prada. That's what we want. Okay, and there's a history on why African Americans in this country that we want those things for so long that we weren't even allowed to even look a certain part. We were the servants and the maids and everything like that. And so that one day, which was usually on Sunday, we got to dress up in these beautiful clothings and try to get the best brands. There's a reason why, we was just wanted to be so fancy. Unfortunately, like you said, that there is a history that these clothes wasn't even made for us, right?
Correct.
Just like Timberland, Timberland boots.
The way to change it is that you have to change the education of people to support your own kind, and that's how they became heritage. Just like how Jewish people support Jewish people in their communities, But in urban communities, or poor communities, which is the urban, they don't really like to support each other.
And there is a point. And it's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow, to even think about that. And I'm not going to sit here and say that we don't, but I always see that, crabs in a barrel meme that always goes around when it talks about African-American people, that how we don't support it. We do have support. There's reasons why. And there is a history on that as well. But I think one thing you did say, it is an education thing. We do have to educate each other on supporting each other. We have to educate each other on finances, educate on things on our history. And, a lot of people don't even know what this blackface is. And that's why it's not acceptable in 2019 to have it. Just like it's not acceptable to walk around with a bunch of swastikas or whatever on our chest and it'd be a fashion statement. But no one would do that. No one would do that. No one would have, except for, these crazy MAGA people. But people will never walk around with that symbol of hatred on them as a fashion statement. It won't get past a meeting. Meanwhile, blackface gets past a meeting. It goes into production. It's on the websites with a price tag on it. All of a sudden,
it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. It's the whole culture and how everybody embraces a certain thing or doesn't embrace a certain thing or brand, actually, and it's just really a lot of miseducation about it.
Right.
I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with you. I'm just, I'm more agreeing with you because of the whole, of what those brands stand for and what the heritage behind them is.
Right.
So it's just kind of messed up of how they can't support their own brands. Black people or urban people don't like to support their own brands, their own people's brands, I should say,
Well, there is a change, and we're not going to say that we don't like to. We just wish there was more of it. We just wish we had more support of supporting our own businesses. And that's why there are outlets like the Sistahood Radio that if you do have a company, whatever, we will support you and we would actually, help you build your brand. We do have different outlets on different forms of media that we are out there. We are being heard. And you know what? Who I really want to hear from are people who are not woke, right? Because all the woke people get it. You know what I'm saying? Spike Lee put a meme up and actually, talked about this whole blackface and how he was boycotting all these famous fashion houses or whatever. I want to hear from people who are not necessarily woke people. And, I want to hear from, what's his name? What's the dude's name? He's got out of jail. Somebody help me out. He just got out of jail. He was wearing all the Gucci from head to toe. I want to hear from people like that. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about. He just got a Soldier Boy. I want to hear from people like that. I want to see what they're saying. I want to hear from hip hop artists, rap artists, or whatever who are Gucci down to the socks. Well, that's Biggie, right? My bad. Anyway, but not from him necessarily. But I want to hear from those people.
That's a whole nother topic, because 99% of them can't really afford that lifestyle, but they just portray it because they just want to look the part. They got to fake it till they make it.
Because that's what that definitely is the attraction. Not for all of us though. So we're not gonna put all the black people on the same boat, because none of that stuff impresses me. When you say you pay your mortgage, I'm like, hey, that's good enough for me. Okay, you can drive a Lyft car. If you have a mortgage, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? It does not impress me whatsoever. But it is impressive to, I guess, the majority of people. But going back to what the whole blackface things represents, it is not okay. And I don't care if you did it back in the day. I don't care if people thought it was a joke or it's funny. It is not funny. And that's why I also think
it's definitely not okay. Nothing. Nobody said it was okay.
Right. But people still are doing it and thinking this is cool. It's like me going around with I don't know, what's his name? Not Bruce Lee. Y'all don't know if you saw the Bruce Lee movie, and him and his wife were looking at the movie, and it was a Asian guy laughing. He was fat and laughing and he everybody thought it was funny, but he didn't find it funny because it was a caricature that was displaying on film of like Asian people were very shy and soft spoken and not not intelligent. But everybody else thought it was funny. If people really educated themselves in this country, I'm in schools from kindergarten all up, stuff like this won't happen. If African American studies was actually a required course in kindergarten all the way up, this stuff wouldn't happen. But people don't know the history of this country, and that's why these things keep on passing through. I don't know what they teaching over there in Italy, but this stuff should not be happening in 2019. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you for calling. Make sure you call back again, okay?
Bye.
Bye. This is the Sistahood Radio. Give me a call, 347-708-0216.
Love to see you shine in the night like the diamond you are. I'm good on the side, it's alright. Just hold me in the dark. No one's got to know what we do. Hit me up when you fall. Down the street, so we meet when you need, and it's yours. All I is, nothing feels better than this. Nothing feels better. Nothing feels better than this. Nothing feels better. I'm not. We don't gotta hide. This is what you like, gotta admit. Nothing feels better than this. Say we're just friends, but I swear when nobody's around, I keep my hand around your neck, we connect. Are you feeling it now? 'Cause I am. I got so high than that, I swear to God, from my feet and lift the ground. Oh yeah. Back against the wall, this is all we've been talking about. In my ears, nothing feels bad.
to midnight and she's on your phone, saying come over 'cause she's all alone. I could tell it was your ex by your tone. Why is she calling now after so long? Now what is it that she wants? Tell me what is it that she needs? Did she hear about the brand new biz that you just bought for me? 'Cause y'all didn't have no kids, didn't share no mutual friends, and you told me that she turned trick when y'all broke up in 96. What you gonna do when you can't say no? And I feel like stop the show, boy, I really need to know. And how you gonna act, how you gonna handle that? What you gonna do when she wants you back? What you gonna do when you can't say no? And I feel like stop the show, boy, I really need to know. And how you gonna act, how you gonna handle that? What you gonna do when she wants you back? There's no need to reminisce about the past, obviously, 'cause that bitch did not last. I know how a woman will try to game you, so don't get caught up because baby you lose. What is it that she wants? What is it that she wants? Tell me what is it that she needs? Should she hear about the brand new biz that you just bought for me? 'Cause y'all didn't have no kids, didn't share no mutual friends. And you told me that she turned trick when y'all broke up in 96. What you gonna do when you can't say no? And I feel like stop the show, boy, I really need to know. And how you gonna act, how you gonna handle that? What you gonna do when she wants you back? What you gonna do when you can't say no? And I feel like stop the show, boy, I really need to know. And how you gonna act, how you gonna handle that? What you gonna do when she wants you back? What you gonna do when you can't say no? And I feel like stop the show, boy, I really need to know. And how you gonna act, how you gonna handle that? What you gonna do when she wants you back? What you gonna do when you can't say no? What you gonna do? Stop the show, boy, I really need to know. And how you gonna act, how you gonna handle that? What you gonna do when she wants you back?
And we're back. This is the Sistahood Radio Live with Laraq Lewis. Lady Beks is down in Orlando supporting her daughter. I can't wait to hear back from Lady Beks when she is back. Make sure you are tuned in to iAccess Radio. We are here every other Friday. Make sure you are tuning in to us. We're here from 8 to 10 p.m. live, talking about all things that talks about black women, empowering, inspiring, and uplifting always. That's why we are here. And it's a blessing. Listen, did y'all watch the Super Bowl? Were y'all boycotting like me? I was boycotting the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna talk about this anymore. I'm going to something else. But I just want to say this: that the whole thing with Kaepernick and him kneeling and everything like that, that stood for something. And I don't know if people really stuck to not watching the Super Bowl. It's been over 2 years, and I'm not really a football person. Like, I go, if you're East Coast, I'm about it. I'm not like diehard football. I'm more into basketball than anything. Thank God there was no problem with basketball. I really would have been struggling. But for football, I'm like, And but Super Bowl time, I wanted to watch, but I didn't. 2 years I haven't watched, and I heard it wasn't good anyway. Okay, same people win all the time, apparently, right? So, whatever with that. But were you watching it? We were all about it 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? They didn't hire old dude back. You know what I'm saying? The whole country was in an uproar. People were more concerned about the daggone flag than the black people that live in the country, which usually is the case, right? So I wonder if, were you guys watching it? Are you still with Cap? Are you with Cap? I'm still rolling strong. And I think, people always say, this boycotting mess, it's not gonna work. Well, you know what? It does work if we all do it together. Duh. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do it together, but we're not. And I don't want to hear that black people are not unified. I don't want to hear that, because the bus boycott in 1955, we were united then. Okay, so I don't want to hear you're not united now. However, Super Bowl is still going on, so who knows? Anyway, did you guys watch? Let me know. So I heard it sucked anyway. Whoever won. Well, the same person won last year, I think, right? Who knows? If it's not the Jets, I really don't care anyway. from Jersey. You gotta be for someone. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that, regarding the boycotting. And on to the next thing. It is Black History Month. Okay, I put a meme up on my IG page, my personal IG page, about Black History Month, and you know, it was a white boy and a black boy, and the white boy said, you know, hey, Black History Month, I thought you guys celebrate that in February, and the black boy says, nah, that's for y'all, we celebrate all year round. And that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I think if we would eradicate a lot of problems if people knew more about black people in this country, the history, there won't be any question. They wouldn't be staging slave auctions in school in 2019, and a teacher thinks that's a good way to teach students about slavery. It wouldn't have that if she was actually taught a class. You know, it wouldn't even be anyone's mind. But the problem is, you know, a lot of people were not taught our history in this country, and that's why so many things just slipped through slipped through the cracks. You know. Anyway, call me. Let me know what you guys think about that. February is also Valentine's Day. And everybody's all booed up, or about to be booed up, and you see the red hearts all over the stores and all type of stuff like that. You know, I haven't celebrated Valentine's Day in I don't know how long. I don't remember the last time I got a Valentine's Day gift. I don't know if I'm saying the word Valentine's Day right. You know, we've been saying it wrong for like 100 years. I've been saying Valentine's in its times, I don't even know. But I haven't celebrated in a very long time, you know. And I'm the person who I love to celebrate things. Like I love Christmas and Kwanzaa and my birthday. You know, I love to celebrate things, you know. And Valentine's Day, I feel like I always, if I'm with somebody, I always wind up with a man who don't celebrate nothing. So I never get a gift anyway. I don't get a gift anyway, which sucks. You know, but people will say, oh, I'll get a guy that says, oh, you know, I'm supposed to give it to you any time of day. You know, I'll give it to you on a Wednesday in March. All right, whatever. I just think people just telling me that. But it's good to see that people do get engaged and are married on these days. And it's celebrating love. Now, don't come at me with the history of Valentine's Day and, you know, kind of cutting out hearts and heads and all that stuff. I already know the history of Valentine's Day. I can care less. But I know it is the season of love. And if you know me, you know that I love love. Like, I love love. That's my thing. I have it tatted on me and everything. So, you know, I love the fact that people take their time and express how they feel on a special day. And yes, we know it's supposed to be every single day. But come on. It's good. I love holidays, you know. So, I don't know. There's only one couple in the room right now. I'll go dig into their business in a little bit and see what they're doing. They could be doing nothing either. No. Or you could maybe, you know, have things, you know. It's good to have that, you know. You know, people talk about black love a lot. And people wonder why black love is important. That's because society doesn't like the fact that historically in this country, black love was not what was permitted at one point. And we're talking about back in slavery days. And yes, we gotta go back there, because that's, you know, unfortunately, that's where in America things have started. And that's why, you know, the foundation is extremely weak. And yes, we still suffer from that. If you don't believe it, then that's your problem, but that is the truth. But that's why there's so much, you know, there's shows on black love now and on black marriage, and it's important. And although, yes, we can fall in love with anybody, we understand that, but it's nice to see, you know, people who have made it. You know, a lot of us come from broken homes and have never even seen our parents together, or none of our family members is. It's a lot of the high rate of divorce, or is a lot of single black mothers out there. Me being one of them, but that's okay. So it's good to see people in love. So if you're doing something, let me know. I mean, you know, you don't have to invite me or anything like that. I'm just saying, let me know right now. The number is 347-708-0216. Call me up. Talk to me. I would appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I would love for you to talk about whatever you like, you know. Like I said, it's Black History Month, and one of my favorite historical black figures is Harriet Tubman. I'm not saying that because everybody knows who she is. You know, I'm saying that because she was the #1 gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was so tough. I mean, she freed slaves when, you know, it was dangerous to come back here. I don't think everybody understands that. You know, she went to New York or Canada and came back and got her people. Like, who would do that today? Let me tell you something. Slavery was so harsh and so brutal, she said herself that it was the next thing to hell. But she went back and she freed the slaves. And she said she would have freed 1,000 more if they knew that they were slaves. That's gangster. You know what I'm saying? So I always loved her, loved the history of Harriet Tubman. My whole life I did. I always loved that. Loved the fact of learning about her and her whole story. You know, not really knowing when she was born, but you know, she died in 1913 in New York. An old woman, 1913. Okay, how about this? How about my grandmother was born in 1913? Okay, so when people say, "Oh, your ancestors," do you mean grandmama? Yes, it's not really that far back. You know, when we talk about these things, do you guys teach your kids about Black history? I'm talking about white folks too. You think about Black history? You know about your history? You know about ours? I don't think we know about so much about Black history, and it's very important that we do. And here I am putting on my teacher hat on, but we need to learn more about everyone in this country. But I think, you know, a lot of the problems that we're having would cease if people knew the history. There won't be any question of why, and why you guys are still harboring the fact that you guys were slaves. What? I don't want to hear that mess, okay? I don't. Because there's a reason why we were forced into places of poverty, and we're still suffering from that today. And I think everyone needs to know that. If you believe it or not, you need to learn about it. Everybody who's listening to the sound of my voice. Anywho, give me a call back. Lord have mercy. Give me a call, 347-708-0216. You guys are watching me, but nobody's calling me. You don't want to talk to me? Talk to me, okay? In the meantime, listening to DJ Powerhouse on iAccessRadio.com.
Isn't the best place to find the lovers, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots, tripping fast, and then we talk slow. And you come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop it, and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And now I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. And last night you were in my room. And now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Well, I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with your body. discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. When we came, we let the story begin. We're going out on our first date. You and me are thrifty, so go all you can eat. Fill up your bag and I fill up the plate. We talk for hours and hours about the sweet and the sour and how your family's doing okay. And leaving, getting a taxi, kissing the backseat, tell the driver make the radio play. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead.
In the drop top, with the top down, so you're switching lanes, girl. Pull up to the red light, looking right, come in, let me get your name, girl. Tell me where you're from, what you do, what you like, let me pick your brain, girl. And tell me how they got that pretty little face on that pretty little frame, girl. Well, let me show you around, let me take you out, bet you we can have some fun, girl. Cause we could do it fast, fast, slow, whichever way you wanna run, girl. Well, let me buy you drinks, better yet rings, do it how you want it done, girl. And who would have thought that you could be the one? Cause I can't wait to fall in love with you. You can't wait to fall in love with me. This just can't be summer love. You see, this just can't be summer love. Come on and let me show you around, let me take it out, bet you we can have some fun, girl. Cause we can dress it up, we can dress it down, any way you want it done, girl. Or we can stay home, talking on the phone, rapping till we see the sun, girl. Do what I gotta do, just gotta show you that I'm the one, girl. Well, I'ma figure out each and every night, I know how to do it insane, girl. Cause I can make it hot, make it stop, make you wanna say my name, girl. Come on, baby, please, cause I'm on my knees, can't get you off my brain, girl. But who would have thought that you could be the one? Cause I can't wait to fall in love with you. And you can't wait to fall in love with me. This just can't be summer love. You see, this just can't be summer
The room is spinning and I can't breathe, and ooh, my head is just aching. Hands won't stop sweating and my knees, girl, they just won't stop shaking. My stomach is turning flips and I feel sick, you see. And this is all just at the thought of you leaving me. Am I stupid? Maybe I'm addicted to it. Maybe I don't know. But you're my get right when it's wrong. Maybe it's your smile makes me happy. Maybe it's your touch so relaxing. Whatever it is, without it I just can't go on. And I want you to know that I just can't help myself. I just can't help myself. I don't need nothing else. All I need is you. Why don't you just stay with me? 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 Never wanna be without you. See myself with only you. Finally found my inspiration. Hear your voice and baby, anything I got you. What you want indeed I'll be. Cause you are my everything. So baby, please just stay with me. Am I stupid? Maybe I'm addicted to it. Maybe I don't know. But you're my get right when it's wrong. Maybe it's your smile makes me happy. Maybe it's your touch so relaxing. Without you I just can't go on. No, I just can't help myself. I just can't help myself. I don't need nothing else. All I need is you.
album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter.
Yeah.
And to all my peoples in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby.
Check it.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Marley Marl. I let my tape rock till my tape pop. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke? The hard, you never thought that hip-hop would take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the world trade. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? Peace to Ron G, Brucey B, Kid Capri, Funk Master Flex, Love Bug, Star Ski. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call a crib, same number, same hood. It's all good. And if you don't know, now you know.
Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa. I'll take you to the candy shop. Yeah. One taste of what I got. I'll have you spending all you got. Come on. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa. You can have it your way. How do you want it? You gon' back that thing up or should I push up on it? Temperature rising, okay, let's go to the next level. Dance floor jam-packed, hot as a tea kettle. I break it down for you now, baby, it's simple. If you be an info, I'll be an info. In a hotel or in the back of the rental, on the beach or in the park, it's whatever you into. Got the magic stick, I'm the love doctor. How your friends teaching you about how I sprung, I got you. Wanna show me you can work it, baby? No problem, get on top and get to bounce around like a low rider. I'm a seasoned vet when it comes to this shit. After you work up a sweat, you can play with the stick. I'm trying to explain, baby, the best way I can. I melt in your mouth, girl, not in your hand. To the candy shop. I let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa.
I'll take you to the candy shop. One taste of what I got. I'll have you spending all you got. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa.
Girl, what we do. And where we do. The things we do are just between me and you. Give it to me, baby. Nice and slow. Climb on top, ride like you're in a rodeo. You ain't never heard it sound like this before. Cause I ain't never put it down like this. Soon as I come through the door, she'll get the pulling on my zipper. It's like it's a race who could get undressed quicker. Isn't it ironic how erotic it is to watch them thongs? Had me thinking about that ass after I'm gone. I touch the right spot at the right time. Lights on or lights off, she like it from behind. So seductive, you should see the way she whine. Her hips in slow-mo on the floor when we grind. Long as she ain't stopping, homie, I ain't stopping. Dripping wet with sweat, man, it's on and popping on my champagne campaign. Bottle after bottle is on, and we gon' sip to every bubble and every bottle is gone. I take you to the candy shop. I let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa.
I'll take you to the candy shop. One taste of what I got. I'll have you spending all you got. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa.
I take you to the candy shop. I let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa.
Hi, everybody. We are back. Hey. It is the Sistahood Radio. My name is Laraq Lewis, and welcome. You have tuned into I-Axis Radio, the future of radio. This is Laraq Lewis on I-Axis Radio. This is the Sisterhood, empowering, inspiring, uplifting Black women and culture. We are unbossed and unbothered. In our first segment, we had Tamara Currington, and founder of Vegan Soul Sisters. And she was talking about how living that lifestyle really improved the lifestyle of her daughter, who suffered from strokes, and also improved her health as well. And I was just sitting here as thinking about just adapting a new lifestyle to be mentally together. On Instagram, there are so many women, Black women, who have basically taking that change into their lives. And I read these posts all the time. I'm reading the comments in the comment section, and there is a new movement of Black women taking control of their lives in every aspect of it, in business and in health. You know, there's a whole entire podcast and websites dedicated for Black girls called Therapy for Black Girls, Therapy for Black Women. So we're really trying to do our thing out here, and it's very important. Listen, if you would like to sponsor our show, we would love to have you sponsor our show. If you have a small business, if you have a large business, and you liked what I'm talking about tonight, and you want to support a Black business, please support us. Just send me an email at thesisterhoodspeaks@gmail.com. If you would like to become a guest, send me an email on that too, and I'll send you one right back, and I'll talk to you on what we do on this show. This is a two-person job here. My right-hand mama is down in Orlando supporting her baby. But we want to make sure that, what our message here to you is inspiring and it's motivating. And people say things to me like this all the time, like, oh man, Laraq is good what you're doing. I really want people to be motivated by this. A lot of us, are hurting out there. A lot of us are hurting out there. And if what I'm doing is supporting you to get out of that hurt, out of that pain somehow, I'm doing my job. You know what I'm saying? I still got a day job. Some people might say, don't quit your day job. We're not saying that though. Because I'm really having a lot of fun. This is fun to me, But yeah, we are doing big things out here. And I always said, I think Black women are we're not really appreciated enough, especially out in mainstream. We had a caller before talking about not supporting each other. Other people can see that we're not supporting each other. And that was a very hard thing to take. I don't like someone telling me that I'm not doing something right. You know what I'm saying? But it's the truth. How do we build and support each other in 2019? We did it at one point in this country. We need to do it again. I definitely think there's a definite movement. We're always going to have, separate opinions about things, but we need to be together on the whole. Is that a caller? What was that? Oh, I don't know what that was. But we definitely need to stand together on different things. I notice I don't know if you ever see on Instagram and on Facebook, these memes and these caricatures they portray of Black women. The Black Mama. I don't know why everyone always makes fun of the Black Mama. You ever see, it's usually men portraying the Black Mama and making sketches of it. And yeah, they're funny. And they do remind me of myself, some of them. But I wonder why they're always, we get the end of the stick that it's short, and they're, we're made fun of in that way, And I just wonder why that's happening, Like, is anyone respecting the Black woman? Just a couple of thoughts, Not to put a damper on tonight. We're having such a good time, but I just want people to think about what's happening with the Save the Black Woman. Listening to music right now, DJ Powerhouse. Right now. This is Sisterhood Radio, y'all.
can't stop saying position. All of the girls, them watch this. Cock up, watch this. Position. Hold up your head and cock up your bottom. Hold on on the bed dead and hold on strong. Screaming and moaning, me think say a storm. But she have to request he woke me pop on Jennifer and down. Party up in the ear, everything round a back. Position me thinking is a back shot. Breast ever stiff and punani fat. Action start now thinking fist stop. Skin out punani, sink down me cock going in the morning at 6 o'clock. Top class jockey, experience shock. Bed pop down, still a prolong the act position. Hold up the head and cock up your bottom. Hold on pon the bed dead and hold on strong. Screaming and moaning, me think say a storm. But she have to request the work me perform. Dorothy and done. Watch this tears come from me eye when me take out me rod. Sink it in deep and the red like salad. Woman real up, woman galang bad. A limp and a move like a wounded ab. Don't worry, be happy. Woman say you're mad. I wish I could fly, but wings me no have position.
We are sip the Henny for the day, baby. Bad man, we no stray, baby. Oops, I done fell for your way, baby. I know, girl, but you don't know from the first time I seen your love, you got me, baby. Even though, girl, I know that I would fall for you, you got to know that everyone falls. Oops, I done fell so deep, baby. Oops, I want you for me, baby. Oops, I want you for me, baby. Oops, I done fell so deep, 'cause everyone falls in love sometime. I don't know about you, but it ain't a crime. If you let me love you, love you, love you, love you for a long time, baby. If you let me touch and if you let me love you to the morning, if you let me love you, if you let me touch you, if you let me love you,
It's like this. And I say them no one, say them no one. Thumping our face, but the fools them can't. Me give them cap off a charm, me no shoot to jar. Straight head shot, boy get murdered. Me tell about the gun me bust last night in the past night. Infrared one he made was the last night. Him coulda passed like 6 a fast like. Him get a pretty casket, yeah the glass side. Yeah. The cops always after me. Kill me if they could, but I didn't let them catch me. Grew up poor, now me make the money, them a watch me. See me with me chain and them a wonder when me watch me. Want for bust me, that way me Dr. Kevin patch me. What about my band and no woman and hatch me. Telling me for ammunition gun, me have the factory. Swear so them kill me DNA, did me tell about the gun me bust last night in the past night. Infrared one he made was the last light. Him coulda passed like 6 a fast like. Him get a pretty casket, yeah the glass side.
change your life around. Women don't know that once you have you're pre-diabetic,
Right.
you have a 70% chance of getting it after having children.
Right, and you know what? I
and
was
that was a
actually
big fear for
pre-diabetic
me.
myself, and that kind of shook me
Yeah.
up too. Considering that, my father has diabetes, his father had diabetes, so it has to be a change somewhere. And I think for women, after we have our children, we kind of wake up, but we try to encourage our younger people to make those changes now. You know what I'm saying? Make them before they have kids. Make sure they are eating healthy, exercising before they have kids. Because sometimes at the end of those kids, it's hard. It's not easy.
Yeah, my kids definitely see that my life has changed. And the baby, he's not a baby, but he's 4, but he comes with me to the gym and he does his own little workouts and thinks he's doing whatever he's doing. So for him, the other kid, it's a little different, but this one definitely sees the lifestyle of exercising and, making sure, because he always asks, Mommy, why you go to the gym? I said, so I can stay healthy for you guys. And myself. At the end of the day, I want to be healthy for them, but I do want to make sure that, I'm healthy for myself. I'm about to hit 40 years old.
Yeah.
The things change. Your body changes. Your mind changes. It also,
that gray hair just popping up out your head.
It really does clear your brain, and it makes you, it lets you have more energy, and it just really, it helps a lot.
There's
The
so many
exercise, I will.
benefits. And when you said like your children are watching your every move. My daughter recognizes when I'm not on a treadmill. She'll say, Mommy, did you exercise today? And I'm like, oh gosh, I didn't know she was, on my routine like that. And it's true. She knows that, I get up very early and I blast my music, and she knows that Mommy's exercising. And so I do know that my daughter's watching me eat and also watching me exercise. And I know she mimics that. And also, when I grew up, my mother was always a strict eater. She never bought junk in the house, and I wanted her to buy junk in the house so much. Like, I wanted sweet cereal.
We always talk about that, right?
Right.
Wheat bread.
I always wanted like Captain Crunch, man. Like, I always wanted the cherries in it. I always wanted that. My mother only bought it on sale. She did buy it, but she didn't want that junk in the house. And I didn't understand. I wanted it, and so now I'm just like her. Like, I don't buy all that crap.
But that's what I was gonna say. That's the key to it, not bringing it into the house.
Yes, because I love glazed donuts.
Yeah, I do too.
I might just eat it. But you're right. Your kids do watch you all the time, and it's a big difference after you have children. So all those women who haven't had any kids yet, and take care of your bodies right now, because there's a major change once you have them. We don't all snap back, and nothing is wrong if you don't go back to your old self. It's more of keeping your cholesterol low. It's more of not having high blood pressure. Forget about the looks, and fitting into a certain size. If anything, you want to lose weight so your heart could beat, and that you're able to walk up a flight of steps without using your asthma inhaler. Or you don't have to check your blood pressure like every day, or you don't have to be on dialysis. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that we don't want to be on, and most of our people are on. A lot of women.
And if you start now and you do it throughout your pregnancies, it's actually easier to lose the weight.
I really wish I knew that, because girl, every single one I ate everything. I didn't even care. Wendy's hamburgers, cheeseburgers, fries.
Haven't we all?
All of it. All that junk pouring into our system and everything. But Jess, I thank you for calling so much, yo.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
We got to hit
all
that
right,
gym
babe,
real
I'll talk
soon.
To you.
All right. Thank you for
all
calling.
Right. Have a great night. Bye, guys.
You too. This is iAccess Radio, the Sistahood. My name is Laraq Lewis. It is Friday. It was a beautiful week. Last week it was sub-zero temperatures. This week it felt like April 15th, tax day. It was beautiful outside today. Global warming is definitely in effect. I don't care what you're talking about, but it ain't not supposed to be this warm. It was definitely a beautiful day today. I don't know. It was Groundhog's Day the other day. Did the thing come out and see a shadow or what? I don't even know. Is spring coming back early or no? I don't even know. I don't know if that's even true or not, but I definitely hope we do get I think it's 40 days until spring. Anyway, we have about 10 minutes left on with our show. Listen to some more great music by DJ Powerhouse. This is the Sistahood Radio, y'all. Give me a call. And we're back, everybody. This is the Sistahood Radio Show. Thank you for joining me, guys. Thank you for being my co-host, as my co-host is down in Orlando, Florida right now, supporting her daughter. It was a great talk and conversation about the state of our culture. And I always love to have feedback from everyone, so make sure you do that. If you would like to become a sponsor for the Sistahood Radio, please email me at thesisterhoodspeaks@gmail.com. If you'd like to become a guest, please as well email me at thesisterhoodspeaks.com. It is the end of our show, and I want to thank DJ Powerhouse right now for always bringing in the best of the best music and making a real cool evening for us on the Sistahood Radio. As I always say on Instagram, I always, see different quotes and on different outlets, and this one quote really, struck a chord with me, and I shared it, all over the place on my personal Facebook and also on the Sistahood Radio. And on my personal IG, and it's come from Black Woman. So make sure you do check them out and follow them. They have they have like about 50,000 followers on Facebook. I'm sorry, on Instagram. And so when I actually told the person who wrote this that I was doing this, I hope she approved it. But she made it public, so I'm going to read it to you right now. So all those who are listening, women or men, I always try to speak the encouragement into women's ears, because at one point I needed that for myself. And so I'm going to say to you from this wonderful quote from Black Woman: "Sis, you don't realize how dope you are, do you? Well, let me remind you, you are dope. Ain't no one out here like you. I know this is easy to forget with all the nonsense taking place, but that's why I'm here. Keep your head up. I believe in you. You got this." This is the Sistahood Radio on iAccess Radio. See you next time, February 22nd, 8 to 10 p.m. We have wonderful guests coming in there as well. Check us out then. Have a good night, y'all.